While most people tend to play video games the way they are intended, curiosity can sometimes take the best of us and push us off the beaten track. As a kid, I remember tweaking into the void of Pokemon Diamond to get the cute little Darkrai I wanted. Mind you, this is clearly not the correct way to obtain that Pokemon, as it took advantage of a bug left inside the game's code. But there was something exciting about crossing this invisible wall, opening a whole new world of possibilities. And all these possibilities are often exploited to the maximum of their capacities by small communities on the internet to beat their favorite game as fast as possible. Welcome to the world of speedrunners. The practice of speedrunning generally consists in beating a game as fast as possible. Speedrunners attempt runs, where they may or may not use glitches and bugs to finish a game in times that normally wouldn't be possible by the average player. There are several categories and subcategories of runs, with the main ones being any percent, 100% and their glitchless variants. Any percent is usually the more popular category, fitting perfectly with the term speedrun. No prerequisites are needed other than finishing the game as fast as it can for a run to be valid. 100% still requires the runner to beat the game fast, but also adds certain conditions to it. Depending on the game, it can be collect all items before defeating the final boss, for example. I find speedrunning to be a very interesting subject. It gives a lot of meanings to video games, whether it makes you rediscover a childhood game, or gives a new goal and difficulty to the one you just finished. And with the dedicated players out there, even the oldest games still have new routing and better timers being updated to this day, making the practice a challenge in constant evolution. A lot of skills are required to achieve a complete run. The patience to learn the route, tricks and changes made to them, the stubbornness needed to persevere fail after fail, death after death, and the overall high skill cap and muscle memory needed for the execution of certain glitches sure sets the bar pretty high. But that doesn't scare some individuals, thousands of them actually, who are willing to take the bet on this new way of playing video games.
It's me, Mario! Hello!
Super Mario 64, launched in 1996 for the Nintendo 64, is a long-time fan favorite. It forged countless childhood memories for many, so it's no surprise that it's in the top 5 played games on speedrun.com. With hundreds of players competing in several categories, its popularity quickly appealed to a wide audience. Amongst that very audience can be found today's protagonist. In early 2008, at a not very terms of service friendly age of 12, young Swedish competitor Dennis Enap112 Oggen uploaded numerous videos over the course of a few months. These were either glitch hunting or speedrun related, like task tests or short level runs. A short note I didn't mention earlier, TAS stands for Tool Assisted Speedrun. Basically, it's a software executing pre-recorded inputs to achieve perfect movements. TAS runs demonstrate techniques and wording impossible for a human being to achieve. Totally impressive stuff. For about 2 years, he would have a rather consistent upload rate on the subject. However, it was replaced in early 2010 with the Guitar Hero gameplay and music covers. Until 2012 arrived. After a long break of 2.5 years, Enap finally returned to the speedrunning scene, leaving Super Mario 64 to the past, and focusing on his new favorite N64 release. The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is another wonderful N64 title. Ocarina of Time sequel and little brother inherited the magic of the latter. Funnily enough, while its name is The Legend of Zelda, she only appears once in a flashback cutscene and her name is barely mentioned twice in the whole game. Anyway, in some impressive manner over a short period of time or during his undocumented break, Enap learned the 100% route and the 10 Masks 1, and started streaming live his runs on Twitch and Speedrun Live. The 100% category in Majora's Mask requires the player to collect everything that don't disappear on reset before defeating the final boss Majora. That includes all masks, items, earth pieces and containers, songs, Great Fairy rewards, upgrades, dungeon maps and compasses, jingle maps too, all house, and finally, all happiness seals. That's a lot of things, you might think. And to be honest, yeah, it is. That's why these 100% speedrun used to be, and still are, lengthy as well. The first ever 100% speedrun of Majora's Mask to be completed and uploaded to speedrun.com was 9 hours, 29 minutes and 52 seconds by the Canadian player Adraxis, lowered a month later by roughly 3 hours and 13 minutes by Kastelek, with a timer of 6 hours, 17 minutes and 26 seconds in early 2012. Inop was quick to follow, only a few months later. In a month, from the 30th of August to the 30th of September, his own timer dropped from 6 hours and 13 minutes to 6 hours and 4 minutes, obtaining the world record at the time. The grind began, and month after month he managed to keep the title almost intact while lowering his timers. By the end of December, his best run was 5 hours, 35 minutes and 27 seconds, which means he cut about 45 minutes in approximately 3 months. This is due to new glitch discoveries and implementing new faster routes. With a growing community of viewers behind him and a world record being safe at least until the next year, the speedrunner attempted his first run in another category which he seemed to dislike at first: any percent. The any percent route of Majora's Mask makes use of several precise glitches like item duplication, Great Big Temple boss key skip, and the Goron lullaby skip. Some tricky manipulations made possible through practice and patience. But it apparently didn't take long for Inop to complete any percent run, with a very honorable timer of 1 hour, 48 minutes and 37 seconds, somewhere in the second half of December. With the help of muscle memory from his 1% run and a fast-growing progression curve, he began to smash on competition. Leaving 100% for the moment, he focused on streaming solely on any percent for a while. And on the last day of January 2013, he added a second world record star to his jersey, with a time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, but you can take away the grind from the man, and the following day he beat his PB again by almost a minute, registering a run of 1 hour, 41 minutes and 9 seconds. Following these events, the speedrunner decided to run both any percent and the 100% category primarily. He broke another world record on 100% on March 6, with a time of 5 hours, 32 minutes and 56 seconds, and ping-ponged the any percent title with other competitors for the rest of the year. Honorable mentions are April 28th, when he was the first to go under the symbolic bar of 1 hour and 40 minutes, and gave us a very satisfying world record of 1 hour and 34 minutes at the end of the year on December 31. From this point, and until the end of 2017, the any percent title went back and forth between Inop and different runners. His 100% title was being kept away for a year by an American player, Trev Person. However, on August 11, 2016, he managed to swoop it back. He lowered it 2 months later and kept the crown for over a year and a half. During these times, it seems he put aside the category to focus again on any percent, with little to no competition. He held on to his title like a dog to a bone. After a year and a half of improving his record, and after a final PB of 1 hour, 15 minutes and 28 seconds on April 24, 2019, it was time to move on to other categories, like Defeat Majora and All Dungeons. He kept doing 100% runs, and started to experiment with a newfound glitch that changed Majora's speedrunning forever, known as SRM. Long story short, SRM allows the player to execute code through certain actions. It's complicated, but basically, it lowered the any percent timer from 1 hour and 15 minutes to an actual 17 minutes and 27 seconds to this day. It created its own separate category, with the old format being renamed NMG, standing for No Major Glitches, which excludes SRM. Everything was fine, except 3 years ago, the legend vanished. Well, I lied. Enoch didn't really vanish. A new job opportunity came to him that he could have refused at the time. Train driver. But with that came an incompatibility with streaming, so he had to let his passion aside for a few years. He still continued to be active on his Discord and occasionally Majora's Mask speedrunning community over his break, but his overall online presence was mostly dead. That was until 7 months ago, when a dude popped out of nowhere and dropped a Majora's Mask any% SRM livestream. That was the first of many good things to come. Back on the speedrunning scene, one of his first actions was to reclaim his throne. On September 23, 2023, he sets the world record under the 1 hour 15 minutes mark. The legend was back, but the fierce competition he's facing isn't harmless. A long-time American runner and world record owner by the name of the Human Protractor is Enoch's current nemesis, with the player Pop Squidward not being far behind at the 3rd position. 2 weeks after the record, the Human Protractor lowered the time by 7 seconds on October 7. He kept that time for about a month, but as we've seen before, our protagonist is persistent. On November 3, Enoch grabbed the title back with a time of 1 hour and 1 hour, 14 minutes and 11 seconds. But thanks to slight routing difference and trick implementation, the Human Protractor passed under the 1 hour, 14 minutes with a current world record to this day of 1 hour, 13 minutes and 52 seconds. Needless to say, after years of stagnation, Majora's Mask speedruns seems to get a regain of popularity and the top competitive level gets wild again. Thanks for watching this video, I hope you liked it. If you liked this video, please subscribe, leave a comment, share your opinion. That was Delta for Wormhole. Stay tuned.